In our fast-paced world, where the buzz of notifications and the constant pull of digital distractions seem to dominate our lives, the art of truly living in the present moment feels more elusive than ever. The ancient Stoics, however, mastered this art long before our modern era of technology. Marcus Aurelius once wisely noted, "Confine yourself to the present." His words, though spoken centuries ago, hold profound relevance today, urging us to reclaim the lost skill of mindfulness amidst the noise. This video will delve into the enduring wisdom of Stoicism, exploring how its timeless principles of mindfulness, self-control, and mental clarity can be a guiding light in our hectic daily lives. By the end, you'll discover practical ways to integrate these insights, enriching your own journey towards a more focused and fulfilling existence. How often do you find yourself caught up in thoughts about what you should have done yesterday or anxiety about what might happen tomorrow? It's a common experience for many of us, but the Stoics had a profoundly different approach. They believed in the power of presence, which, in its simplest form, means fully living in the moment. According to Stoic philosophy, the present is where life truly happens. The past is beyond our control, and the future is yet to be shaped. Thus, by dwelling excessively on either, we miss out on the most important part of our existence, the now. Epictetus, an influential Stoic philosopher, emphasized this idea passionately. He taught that our perceptions and interpretations of events are more significant than the events themselves. Instead of lamenting over what has already passed or worrying about what is to come, Epictetus urged his followers to focus on their present actions and thoughts. His teachings are a reminder that true contentment comes from engaging with what we can influence here and now, rather than being preoccupied with uncontrollable external circumstances. In today's world, the doctrine of presence is more relevant than ever. We live in an age of unprecedented digital distraction, with the constant ping of a new email or the allure of social media tempting us to drift away from the moment. These distractions can make it challenging to stay present, leading us to split our attention in ways that diminish our ability to engage deeply with what truly matters. Reflecting on our own daily routines, how often do we find ourselves checking our phones while in conversation with someone, or thinking about work while trying to enjoy a peaceful moment? These instances highlight a disconnect from the present that Stoicism warns against. By acknowledging these patterns, we can begin to cultivate greater mindfulness and awareness that aligns with Stoic teachings. Modern mindfulness practices, such as meditation, echo the Stoic focus on presence. These practices encourage individuals to notice their thoughts and feelings without judgment, bringing them back to the present moment intentionally. This practice is akin to the Stoic exercise of scrutinizing one's thoughts and reactions, allowing us to respond consciously rather than react impulsively. As you watch this, consider how often you exercise mindfulness in your daily life. Are there moments where you can pause, breathe, and bring your attention back to the present? Small, intentional shifts in your attention can make a significant difference. The path to living a more mindful, present life isn't about achieving perfection, but about acknowledging where you are now and making conscious choices to engage fully with each moment. By integrating Stoic philosophy into your life, you can develop a more profound appreciation for the present, mindfully navigating your day with clarity and purpose. It's about embracing what's within your reach and letting go of what isn't, leading to a life of greater fulfillment and tranquility. So, as we move forward, let's explore how we can all use these timeless teachings to anchor ourselves more firmly in the present moment. Imagine ancient Rome, where philosophers gathered in bustling forums to discuss the nature of the human mind. Among these thinkers were the Stoics, who developed profound insights into psychology that continue to resonate today. A key concept they explored was cognitive detachment, a mental practice that helped them navigate the complexities of life with greater equanimity and wisdom. Now, it's essential to clarify that cognitive detachment is not about becoming emotionally numb or indifferent. Instead, it's about cultivating the ability to observe our thoughts and emotions without being swept away by them. The Stoics recognized that while we can't always control what happens outside of us, we can control how we interpret and respond to those events internally. They understood that emotions, though powerful, are often colored by our perceptions and judgments rather than the events themselves. Seneca, one of the great Stoic philosophers, articulated this beautifully when he said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." His words remind us that our inner turmoil frequently stems from our interpretations rather than actual events. By practicing cognitive detachment, we learn to distinguish between what is within our control, our thoughts and reactions, and what is not, such as external circumstances. Let's consider a modern-day scenario: managing stress at work. In any job, stressors are inevitable, whether they're tight deadlines, challenging coworkers, or unexpected changes. Through cognitive detachment, we can approach these stressors with a clearer perspective. Instead of reacting with frustration or panic, we can pause, recognize the emotion arising within us, and choose a more constructive response. This might involve taking a deep breath, reframing the situation positively, or focusing on actionable steps rather than dwelling on what's wrong. For example, imagine receiving a critical email from a supervisor. The immediate emotional response might be stress or defensiveness. However, by practicing cognitive detachment, you can recognize these emotions as natural yet not necessarily reflective of the situation's reality. By stepping back and observing your thoughts, you might realize that the email is an opportunity for growth, or that the feedback was more about the project than a personal attack. This practice doesn't dismiss our emotions, rather, it acknowledges them while seeking a balanced response. It's about engaging with our emotions intelligently instead of allowing them to dictate our actions impulsively. This shift in perspective can lead to a more composed and effective way of handling life's challenges. Now, let's turn the focus towards you, the viewer. How do you typically manage your emotional responses, especially in high-pressure situations? Do you find yourself caught in a loop of reacting to stress rather than responding thoughtfully? Reflecting on these questions can be the first step towards integrating cognitive detachment into your daily life. By adopting this Stoic practice, you can begin to navigate your experiences with greater clarity and calmness, much like the philosophers who walked the ancient streets of Rome. As you engage with the world, remember that true power lies not in changing external circumstances, but in mastering the art of cognitive detachment, enabling you to live with resilience and peace of mind. Perception is a powerful lens through which we experience the world, framing every encounter and shaping our reality. The Stoics understood that while we may not control external events, our perception of them determines their impact on our lives. This ancient wisdom offers a perspective that can transform how we interact with the world around us. Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, famously mused, "If you are pained by an external thing, it is not this thing that disturbs you, but your own judgment about it." His reflections remind us that events themselves are inherently neutral. They simply occur as part of life's unfolding. It is our perception, our internal narrative, that labels them as positive, negative, or anything in between. Consider the common scenario of a rainy day. To one person, rain might signify a ruined picnic, an inconvenience that dampens their mood. To another, it could be a welcome respite, nourishing their garden and bringing a sense of tranquility. The rain itself holds no intrinsic meaning. It is our interpretation that shapes our experience. The Stoics encourage us to shift our perspective, seeing events as opportunities for growth rather than obstacles to our happiness. Practically applying this wisdom begins with awareness. Start by observing how you label the events in your life. Are setbacks frustrating roadblocks or invitations to develop resilience and creativity? By consciously reframing these experiences, we begin to see them as part of a larger, more meaningful journey. Imagine you're passed over for a promotion at work. The initial perception might be disappointment or perceived failure. However, by applying a Stoic lens, this situation can be transformed into a moment of reflection and self-improvement. Perhaps it's an opportunity to identify areas for skill development or a chance to explore new paths that align more closely with your true ambitions. The same principle applies to personal relationships. Misunderstandings with a friend might initially feel like rejection. Yet, viewing these moments as opportunities for deeper communication and understanding can turn potential conflicts into avenues for strengthening bonds. It's also worth considering how often our perceptions are shaped by past experiences or societal expectations. These influences can limit our present experiences, locking us into patterns that may not serve our true desires or well-being. By examining and adjusting these perceptions, we open ourselves to a more authentic and liberated way of living. Engaging in mindfulness practices like journaling or meditation can help cultivate this awareness. By regularly reflecting on your thoughts and feelings, you gain clarity on how your perceptions influence your daily life. This practice encourages a gentle questioning of automatic responses, allowing for more deliberate and empowering interpretations of your reality. As you navigate your own life, ask yourself, how are my perceptions shaping my reality? What narratives am I holding onto, and how can I alter them to serve me better? This introspection is the first step toward embracing the Stoic mindset, one that fosters resilience and acceptance in an ever-changing world. By recognizing the role of perception, you unlock the ability to transform challenges into opportunities, finding peace and purpose in the present moment. Embrace this power and let it guide you toward a more fulfilling, balanced existence. Have you ever found yourself making elaborate plans for the future, only to realize how quickly time slipped through your fingers? This common experience highlights a fundamental Stoic principle, the acceptance of life's impermanence. By embracing the transient nature of life, we can enhance our focus on the present, savoring each moment rather than being consumed by thoughts of what lies ahead. The Stoics, with their profound understanding of human existence, often spoke of the fleeting nature of life. Epictetus wisely advised, "It is not death or pain that is to be dreaded, but the fear of death or pain." This sentiment directed followers to confront and accept the inevitability of life's end as a means to free themselves from the fear that often diminishes the quality of day-to-day living. Accepting impermanence involves recognizing that life is a series of moments, each unique and irreplaceable. In modern terms, consider the joy of personal milestones, graduations, weddings, or the first steps of a child. These moments are precious precisely because they are fleeting. They cannot be duplicated or relived. It's this awareness that allows us to cherish these experiences in their fullness. Think about a time when something you anticipated for months finally arrived, like a long-awaited vacation or a significant personal event. Often, the joy found in these moments stems not just from the events themselves, but from an acute awareness of their temporariness. Feeling each moment slip by encourages us to immerse ourselves fully, enhancing our appreciation of the present. The Stoics teach us that by acknowledging impermanence, we can detach from the distractions that pull us away from the now. Instead of being tangled in worries about future outcomes or regrets about past actions, we are encouraged to engage fully with what is happening right here, right now. This engagement fosters a more meaningful connection to the activities and people in our lives, enriching our daily experience. Seneca, another Stoic philosopher, eloquently captured this by stating, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." This quote serves as a poignant reminder that time itself is abundant when we make the conscious choice to live intentionally. By focusing on the present, we ensure that we are not merely passing through life but truly living it. Imagine the practice of savoring an everyday experience like drinking a cup of coffee. Instead of mindlessly sipping while checking emails, pause to appreciate the aroma, the warmth, and the taste. This simple act of mindfulness transforms a routine occurrence into a cherished ritual, illustrating how embracing the moment enhances our overall experience. Consider, too, the relationships in your life. How often do we take for granted the presence of loved ones, assuming they will always be there? By recognizing the impermanence of these connections, we might be more inclined to express gratitude, share meaningful conversations, and create lasting memories. As you reflect on your own life, ask yourself, how can I better embrace the impermanence of the moments that make up my days? Are there ways I can pause to appreciate the here and now rather than focusing exclusively on future plans? These reflections can guide us toward a more present-focused life, where every moment is valued and enjoyed. Embracing impermanence isn't about dwelling on life's brevity or fostering anxiety about the future. Instead, it's a call to action, a reminder to live each day with intentionality and mindfulness, realizing that the beauty of life is found in its ever-changing nature. By aligning with this Stoic wisdom, we open ourselves to a richer, more fulfilling existence where the present moment is our primary focus and life is lived to its fullest. In the tapestry of Stoic philosophy, mindfulness is a golden thread that weaves through the core of its teachings, illuminating the path to a life of balance and fulfillment. At the heart of Stoic living lies the practice of mindfulness, an art that involves cultivating an unwavering presence, keen alertness, and a serene calmness in every moment. Mindfulness is not merely an abstract concept for the Stoics, it is a practical tool that anchors us firmly in the present. The Stoics believed that by paying full attention to our actions and thoughts, we can navigate life with greater wisdom and tranquility. Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic philosopher and Roman emperor, exemplified this mindset in his daily meditations. He urged, concentrate every minute like a Roman, like a man, on doing what's in front of you with precise and genuine seriousness. His words resonate today, encouraging us to devote our full attention to whatever task is at hand, embracing it with sincerity and purpose. Incorporating mindfulness into Stoic practice means being fully engaged in the present task, whether it's mundane or monumental. This engagement helps mitigate distractions and anxieties that often cloud our judgment and rob us of peace. When we are mindful, we reduce the tendency to ruminate on past mistakes or worry incessantly about future outcomes. Instead, we find ourselves rooted in the now, where life is most vibrant and accessible. Mindfulness, however, is not solely a relic of ancient Stoicism. In our modern world, mindfulness exercises have gained popularity as powerful methods for reducing stress and enhancing well-being. Practices such as deep breathing offer a gateway to the mindful state the Stoics revered. By focusing on the rhythm of your breath, you become attuned to the present, allowing your mind to settle and your body to relax. This simple yet profound exercise can serve as an antidote to the pressures of daily life, bringing you back to a centered and composed state. Consider the act of mindful walking, another modern exercise that aligns beautifully with Stoic principles. As you walk, pay close attention to the sensations beneath your feet, the sound of your steps, and the rhythm of your movements. This practice transforms an ordinary activity into an opportunity for deep reflection and presence, echoing the Stoic commitment to being fully engaged in each moment. Another practical mindfulness strategy involves setting aside a few minutes each day to reflect on your thoughts and feelings. Journaling can be a powerful tool for this purpose, helping you articulate and examine your inner landscape without judgment. This practice not only fosters clarity and understanding, but also reinforces the Stoic belief in knowing oneself deeply to live more authentically. As you watch this video, I invite you to pause and reflect on your mindfulness practices. How often do you find yourself fully engaged in the present moment, free from the mental clutter of past and future concerns? Are there opportunities in your daily routine to incorporate mindful exercises such as deep breathing or intentional reflection? By consciously integrating these practices, you can cultivate a Stoic mindset that embraces the fullness of life with equanimity and grace. Through mindfulness, you have the power to transform the mundane into the meaningful, the stressful into the serene. This Stoic practice invites you to live with intention, experiencing each moment fully and with purpose. By embracing mindfulness, you not only align with the timeless wisdom of the Stoics, but also enhance your journey toward a more centered and fulfilling life. What truly lies within our control? This question, central to Stoic philosophy, invites us to explore the fundamental distinction between what we can control and what we cannot. The Stoics teach us that understanding this difference is crucial for achieving peace of mind and emotional stability. At the heart of this lesson, as taught by Epictetus, is the notion that while we cannot control external events, we do have complete control over our responses to them. Epictetus famously stated, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This insight encourages us to shift our focus from trying to manage the uncontrollable, such as other people's actions or unforeseen circumstances, to honing our reactions which are firmly within our grasp. By concentrating on what we can control, we unlock a sense of freedom and empowerment. This approach allows us to navigate life with greater resilience, as it prevents us from wasting energy on futile efforts to change what is beyond our influence. Instead, we can devote our resources to what truly matters, our thoughts, intentions, and actions. Consider interpersonal conflicts as a prime example. Imagine a scenario where a colleague at work is consistently critical of your ideas. It's easy to become frustrated and defensive, attempting to change their opinion or behavior. However, within the Stoic framework, the focus would be on your response. Rather than trying to alter the colleague's views, which you cannot control, you might choose to approach the situation with patience, seeking to understand their perspective or calmly defending your ideas. By redirecting your energy toward crafting a thoughtful response, you maintain your composure and potentially foster a more productive dialogue. Now, let's apply this principle to daily stresses, like the relentless traffic on your morning commute. While you cannot control traffic conditions, you can control your reaction to them. You might decide to use this time to listen to an inspiring podcast or practice deep breathing exercises, transforming a potentially frustrating experience into a moment of personal enrichment. Reflect for a moment. What current stresses or challenges do you face? Identify which aspects of these situations you can control. Perhaps it's a looming deadline at work, the behavior of a family member, or a personal goal that seems out of reach. By focusing on your approach, such as managing your time more efficiently, engaging in open communication, or setting realistic steps toward your goals, you take command of your experience, aligning with Stoic wisdom. The Stoics also encourage us to recognize that accepting what we cannot control is not a passive resignation. It's an active engagement with reality. This acceptance brings tranquility, freeing us from the anxiety of trying to manage the unmanageable. In embracing what is beyond our influence, we open ourselves to possibilities and insights that might otherwise be obscured by stress or frustration. By understanding and applying the distinction between control and influence, we cultivate a mindset rooted in clarity and purpose. This Stoic practice teaches us to embrace life's challenges with confidence, knowing that while the world around us may be unpredictable, our responses to it are entirely within our power to shape. As you continue on your journey, consider how you can incorporate this Stoic principle into your daily life. By mastering the art of focusing on what you can control, you pave the way for a more peaceful and fulfilling existence, one where you harness the power of your own mind to thrive amidst life's uncertainties. Philosophy, as the Stoics practiced it, was far more than intellectual discourse. It was a way of life, a disciplined pursuit of wisdom that required daily practice. Just as an athlete trains to maintain peak physical condition, the Stoics believed that to cultivate a resilient and present mind, we must engage in regular mental and spiritual exercises. Seneca, one of the great Stoic thinkers, wisely pointed out, "There is nothing the busy man is less busied with than living." His insight underscores the need for deliberate practice to nurture an awareness of life itself, urging us not to be swept away by the currents of our daily distractions. To foster a mindful presence, the Stoics recommended several practical exercises which remain remarkably relevant today. One powerful practice is negative visualization, a method that involves contemplating the loss of things we cherish. This exercise might initially seem morbid, but its purpose is to enhance our appreciation for what we currently have. By imagining life without certain comforts or loved ones, we become more grateful, fostering a deeper presence in our daily interactions and experiences. For instance, consider taking a moment each morning to visualize the absence of something you often take for granted, perhaps the warmth of your bed or the joy of a loved one's laughter. This reflection can transform your day by deepening your sense of gratitude and presence. Journaling is another cornerstone of Stoic practice, offering a space for reflection and self-examination. The Stoics would often use their journals to review daily experiences, evaluating their actions and emotions with honesty and clarity. This practice not only aids in understanding how we react to various situations, but also helps us plan for better responses in the future. By writing about what happens each day, you create a mirror for your mind, allowing you to see your thoughts and behaviors more objectively. This exercise can be as simple as writing a few lines about what went well, what didn't, and what you learned. It's an opportunity to check in with yourself, fostering a habit of presence and mindful living. For those seeking a more immediate practice, mindful breathing offers a direct way to cultivate presence. Take a few minutes each day to focus solely on your breath. Feel the rise and fall of your chest, the sensation of air flowing in and out of your nostrils. This practice grounds you in the present moment, offering respite from the chaos of thoughts that often pull you in different directions. To integrate these exercises into your life, start small. Choose one exercise that resonates with you and commit to it today. Perhaps this means finding a quiet corner to practice mindful breathing or setting aside time in the evening for reflective journaling. The key is consistency. Allow these practices to become a regular part of your routine, gradually cultivating a deeper sense of presence and awareness. As you embark on these practices, remember that the journey is about progress, not perfection. Each step you take towards mindfulness is a step towards living more fully in the moment. By engaging with these Stoic exercises, you not only honor the ancient philosophy but also enrich your own life, cultivating a mind that is present, resilient, and appreciative of every moment. So, why not begin today? Choose an exercise and let it guide you towards a more mindful, purposeful existence. Do your daily actions truly reflect your core values? This might be a question you've pondered before, yet it lies at the heart of Stoic philosophy and can profoundly impact how present we feel in our lives. The Stoics believed that when our actions align with our values, we cultivate an authentic presence, a harmonious state where our intentions and actions move in unison. Living according to one's values isn't merely an abstract Stoic ideal. It's an essential practice for achieving personal integrity and fulfillment. Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, underscored this principle in his Meditations. He advocated for a life led with virtue and integrity, where one's character is defined by actions that align with one's highest ideals. Marcus Aurelius taught that integrity is not just about adhering to moral principles, but involves a deep-seated commitment to live in congruence with what we truly believe is right and meaningful. Consider how living in alignment with your values might manifest in everyday situations, such as making ethical decisions. Let's imagine you believe strongly in environmental conservation. Aligning your actions with this value might involve making conscious choices like reducing waste, supporting sustainable products, or choosing to walk or cycle instead of driving whenever possible. These actions, though individually small, collectively reaffirm your commitment to your values, fostering a stronger sense of presence and purpose. Another example could be honesty, a value that, when truly embraced, transforms daily interactions. Suppose you value honesty highly. In practice, this might mean having an open conversation with a colleague about a misunderstanding rather than avoiding it, or speaking truthfully even when it's inconvenient. In doing so, you not only strengthen your personal integrity but also enhance your relationships, creating a more authentic and present life experience. The Stoics encourage us to reflect on our values regularly and evaluate whether our daily actions align with them. This reflection involves asking ourselves questions such as, what are my core values? Am I living in a way that reflects these values? If not, what changes can I make to better align my actions with who I aspire to be? Mindful reflection on these questions helps identify discrepancies between our values and actions. It is through this process of alignment that we cultivate a stronger presence in life. When actions are misaligned with values, we often experience a sense of inner conflict or dissatisfaction. Conversely, when actions are consistent with values, we experience greater peace and fulfillment as our lives reflect our true selves. To put this into practice, begin by identifying your top 3 to 5 values. Write them down and consider how they currently manifest in your life. Then, choose one area where you might improve alignment and create a plan for integrating this value more fully into your daily actions. This could involve setting specific goals, such as volunteering for a cause you care about or consciously practicing gratitude and kindness each day. By aligning your values with your actions, you embrace a Stoic approach to life, one that promotes a deep presence and integrity. This alignment not only enhances personal well-being, but also acts as a guiding compass, leading you toward a more intentional and fulfilling existence. As Marcus Aurelius would remind us, let your values guide your actions, and in doing so, live with honor and presence in every moment. How do you handle emotional turbulence? It's a challenging question that prompts us to reflect on how we navigate life's inevitable ups and downs. The Stoics, known for their practical philosophy, believed that developing emotional resilience was key to living a balanced and rational life. They saw emotions not as enemies to be eradicated, but as forces to be understood and managed, allowing them to live in harmony with reason and virtue. From the Stoic perspective, emotions are often seen as disruptions to rational living, pulling us away from calm and clarity. They likened intense emotions to external storms that can obscure our judgment and derail our ability to act wisely. To address this, Stoics advocated for mastering these emotional responses through disciplined mental practice, cultivating resilience by aligning our reactions with our highest principles and rational thought. Seneca, one of the leading figures in Stoic philosophy, profoundly expressed this idea when he said, "A gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials." His words highlight that adversity and emotional challenges are not only inevitable but essential for personal growth and strengthening resilience. Instead of fearing these emotional trials, the Stoics teach us to embrace them as opportunities to build fortitude and enhance our rational faculties. Imagine facing an unexpected challenge, such as a sudden job loss. It's natural to feel a surge of emotions like panic or frustration. However, the Stoics would advise us to remain calm and assess the situation with a clear, rational mind. By accepting what is beyond our control and focusing on actionable solutions, we train ourselves to respond to life's unpredictability with a level-headed approach. Instead of allowing emotions to dictate our actions, we learn to guide them with reasoned thought. Another example might be dealing with a personal conflict, perhaps an argument with a close friend. Stoic resilience teaches us to pause and reflect on the situation rather than reacting impulsively with anger or resentment. By considering the larger picture and the values that are important to us, such as understanding and forgiveness, we can approach the resolution with patience and empathy, strengthening our relationships in the process. Building emotional resilience through Stoicism involves regular self-examination and reflection. It requires asking ourselves, how do I typically respond to emotional challenges? Am I allowing emotions to overwhelm me, or am I using them as opportunities to practice patience and clarity? By consistently evaluating our emotional responses, we become more adept at managing our feelings, learning to maintain composure even when faced with adversity. To cultivate this resilience, incorporate daily practices that foster self-awareness and emotional intelligence. Meditation and journaling can be effective tools for reflecting on your emotional landscape. Consider jotting down your thoughts when emotions run high, examining what triggered your response and how you might address it differently next time. This practice not only enhances your understanding of emotional patterns, but also builds the mental discipline to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. As you engage with these Stoic teachings, think about how you can apply them to enhance your own emotional resilience. What are the areas in your life where emotional turbulence is most prominent? How might you use Stoic principles to navigate these challenges with greater peace and rationality? By embracing the development of emotional resilience, you align yourself with a core Stoic tenet. That true strength lies not in the absence of difficulty, but in the courage and wisdom to face it head-on. Through practice and reflection, you can foster a resilient mindset that empowers you to live a more intentional and fulfilled life, undeterred by the storms of emotion. In the quiet moments as the day draws to a close, the practice of nightly reflection stands as a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy, a ritual embraced by ancient philosophers to cultivate wisdom and self-awareness. This practice, deeply rooted in the routines of thinkers like Marcus Aurelius and Seneca, offers a pathway to greater personal growth by encouraging a deliberate examination of one's actions and thoughts. Marcus Aurelius, known for his meditations, utilized this reflective practice to keep himself aligned with his values amidst the challenges of leadership in Rome. Every evening, he engaged in a thoughtful review of his day, writing down his reflections. This process allowed him to assess how well his actions aligned with his principles, providing insight into areas for improvement and reinforcing virtuous behavior. Similarly, Seneca, with his eloquent prose, often highlighted the significance of self-examination. He advised practicing reflection as a means to better understand oneself and to prepare for the future. Seneca emphasized that through reflection, one could identify mistakes made during the day and contemplate ways to align more closely with Stoic virtues such as wisdom, courage, and justice. The purpose of nightly reflection is twofold. It serves as a means of accountability and as a stepping stone for personal development. In evaluating the day's events, we create an opportunity to learn from our experiences, both triumphs and failures, without harsh self-criticism. This practice enables us to confront our imperfections candidly while nurturing a mindset geared towards continual growth and improvement. For those keen on integrating this Stoic practice into their modern lives, consider beginning with a gratitude journal. This method not only aligns with the principles of Stoicism but also fosters a positive mindset. Each night, take a few moments to write down what went well during your day and express gratitude for these experiences. This simple yet profound exercise shifts focus from any negative events to the positive aspects, nurturing a sense of contentment and presence. Additionally, incorporate reflective questions to deepen the practice. Ask yourself, did I act in alignment with my values today? How did I respond to challenges? What could I have done differently? These questions guide a more introspective examination, leading to greater self-awareness and intentional living. As you embark on this nightly practice, imagine yourself in dialogue with the Stoics, sharing your reflections and gleaning insights from their wisdom. This conversation, though introspective, connects you with a tradition that has guided countless individuals towards more meaningful and virtuous lives. Now take a moment to reflect on your own day. Consider the events you experienced and how you responded. Were there moments where your actions mirrored your values or instances where you strayed from your intentions? By examining these reflections, you create space for growth, allowing tomorrow to be shaped by the clarity and understanding gained today. In embracing the practice of nightly reflection, you not only follow in the footsteps of great philosophers, but also cultivate a deeper connection with your own journey. This ritual, when practiced consistently, can enrich your life, helping you to meet each day with renewed purpose, resilience, and gratitude. So as you close this chapter of today, remember that reflection is not merely about looking back, it's about paving the way forward with wisdom and intention. In today's world, the allure of consumerism is omnipresent, with advertisements constantly beckoning us to acquire more, do more, and be more. It's a cycle that can often leave us feeling overwhelmed and dissatisfied despite the abundance surrounding us. This is where the Stoic concept of minimalistic living offers a refreshing perspective, a reminder that fulfillment is not found in quantity, but in simplicity and contentment. The Stoics, known for their practical philosophy, embodied simplicity as a way to sharpen focus and enhance clarity in life. They recognized that a cluttered life, filled with unnecessary possessions and desires, distracts from our true purpose and peace of mind. This realization leads us to an essential Stoic insight. By simplifying our choices and desires, we can lead a more focused and meaningful existence. Epictetus, a renowned Stoic philosopher, eloquently captured this concept when he said, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." His wisdom urges us to examine not what we have, but what we truly need, and to find satisfaction within those boundaries. By wanting less, we free ourselves from the relentless pursuit of more, allowing us to redirect our energy towards what genuinely matters, our values, relationships, and personal growth. Consider the practice of decluttering, an exercise that extends beyond physical spaces to cleanse the mind of mental clutter. Physically removing unneeded items from our environment can lead to a powerful sense of liberation and clarity. The act of decluttering is not just about tidying up our homes, it's about creating space for mental clarity and emotional well-being. By reducing the distractions in our physical environment, we facilitate a deeper focus on our inner world, aligning more closely with Stoic ideals. For example, think of your living space. Is it filled with things you rarely use or appreciate? Marie Kondo, a modern decluttering guru, emphasizes keeping only items that spark joy. This practice resonates with Stoic principles, teaching us to surround ourselves with what truly enriches our lives and letting go of the rest. the idea extends to our commitments and choices. In our increasingly busy lives, saying yes to every opportunity can lead to exhaustion and stress. However, embracing minimalism in our schedules by prioritizing activities that align with our core values allows for a more focused and fulfilling life. By doing less but with more intention, we create space for quality experiences and deeper connections. As you reflect on these ideas, consider how simplicity might manifest in your own life. What possessions hold true value for you? Which activities genuinely contribute to your happiness and growth? Simplifying might involve decluttering your home, streamlining your daily routines, or consciously choosing how you spend your time and energy. Encouraged by the Stoic embrace of simplicity, take a moment to contemplate what areas of your life could benefit from a minimalist approach. How might reducing excess lead to greater clarity and focus in your personal journey? By integrating the Stoic practice of minimalism, you not only cultivate a more serene and purposeful life, but also foster a deeper appreciation for what you already possess. This shift away from consumerism towards simplicity empowers you to live with greater presence, purpose, and peace of mind. As Epictetus would remind us, true wealth lies not in what we accumulate, but in the richness of a life lived with intention and ease. As we delve deeper into the wisdom of the Stoics, one vital practice stands out that has the power to transform our daily lives: gratitude. Now, let me pose a question. How often do you pause to truly appreciate the present moment and everything it has to offer? In a world that constantly urges us to look ahead, planning for what's next, the art of gratitude invites us to stay grounded, opening our eyes to the richness of the present. Gratitude isn't just a fleeting feeling of thankfulness. It's a powerful practice that fosters a Stoic mindset by shifting our focus from what we lack to what we have. It aligns perfectly with the Stoic philosophy of appreciating life's inherent gifts, teaching us to value the present without being shackled by desires for more. Seneca, one of the great Stoics, wrote extensively on the importance of gratitude. He urged us to remember how many things you have witnessed which have been beyond your hope. This gratitude, Seneca explained, not only nurtures a serene mind but also prepares us to face life's uncertainties with a calm and content heart. To integrate gratitude into your life, consider how it can help you appreciate the small, often overlooked moments that make up each day. Think of the warmth of the sun on your face during a morning walk, the simple joy of a hot cup of coffee, or the genuine smile shared with a stranger. These seemingly minor experiences are, in fact, profound reminders of life's inherent beauty and abundance. By practicing gratitude, we embrace the present moment with a full heart, acknowledging that each day is a unique opportunity to find joy and contentment. This practice requires intentionality, a mindful decision to see beyond life's challenges and cherish the gifts we often take for granted. Whether it's the support of family, the laughter of friends, or even the solitude during a peaceful evening, gratitude allows us to see the world through a lens of appreciation. Let's make this practical. I invite you, the viewer, to take a moment right now to consider what you are grateful for today. Perhaps it's the love of a pet, the comfort of your home, or the opportunities that lie ahead. Write these down, no matter how small they seem. This simple act of listing your blessings can significantly enhance your focus on the present, aligning you with the Stoic tradition of grateful living. You might want to incorporate this exercise into your daily routine. Keep a gratitude journal and spend a few minutes each evening reflecting on the day's positives. This practice not only strengthens your connection with the present but also builds emotional resilience, helping you to face future challenges with a stable and grateful mind. Remember, gratitude is not just a passive acknowledgement, it's an active engagement with life as it is. By embracing gratitude, we cultivate a Stoic mindset that prioritizes the present, appreciating the here and now rather than being swept away by the uncertainties of the future. So, how will you practice gratitude today? What aspects of your life can you appreciate more fully? By pondering these questions, you take the first steps towards a more mindful, joyful existence, nurtured by the timeless wisdom of the Stoics. Embrace this journey of gratitude and watch how it transforms your perspective, inviting peace and fulfillment into each moment of your life. In life, challenges are inevitable, but how we prepare for them can make all the difference. The Stoics left us a powerful tool for handling adversity known as Premeditatio Malorum, which translates to the premeditation of evils. This practice involves mentally rehearsing potential challenges, allowing us to navigate life's uncertainties with grace and composure. At the heart of this practice is the idea of preparing ourselves mentally for what may come. By vividly imagining potential adversities, whether large or small, we build resilience and a calm mindset, much like a sailor who anticipates storms before setting sail. The Stoics believed that by confronting our fears in our minds first, we diminish their power over us when faced in reality. Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor who devoted much of his life to the Stoic way, captured this sentiment beautifully when he advised, "Begin each day by telling yourself, 'Today I shall be meeting with interference, ingratitude, insolence, disloyalty, ill will, and selfishness, all of them due to the offender's ignorance of what is good or evil.'" His words are a reminder that by anticipating and accepting the potential for these daily challenges, we are less likely to be caught off guard and more equipped to respond with wisdom and patience. Let's apply Premeditatio Malorum to a modern scenario, planning for a difficult conversation at work. Suppose you anticipate a challenging discussion with a colleague over a conflict. Instead of avoiding it or hoping for the best, you can practice by envisioning various outcomes, including the possibility of misunderstandings or disagreements. By preparing for each scenario, you mentally prime yourself to remain calm and thoughtful, no matter how the conversation unfolds. This foresight allows you to approach the situation with a balanced perspective, ready to listen actively and respond constructively. Moreover, this exercise extends beyond individual interactions. Consider its application for larger life events, such as preparing for financial downturns. By imagining the steps you would take if faced with financial hardship, such as budgeting adjustments or finding alternative income sources, you build a sense of preparedness that can alleviate anxiety and foster confidence. The true power of Premeditatio Malorum lies in its ability to transform our relationship with fear and uncertainty. Rather than being paralyzed by what could go wrong, this Stoic practice encourages us to face it head-on, transforming potential fears into opportunities for growth. It shifts our focus from anxiety about the unknown to a proactive stance that enhances emotional resilience. As you think about incorporating this exercise into your own life, start by identifying potential challenges you might face in the near future. Whether it's a personal relationship issue, a career decision, or a health concern, imagine the different ways these situations might unfold and how you would respond. This contemplation is not about fostering negativity, but about equipping yourself to handle whatever comes your way with poise and confidence. In embracing Premeditatio Malorum, you align with the Stoic wisdom that sees adversity not as an insurmountable barrier, but as a chance to strengthen character and deepen understanding. By preparing mentally for life's challenges, you cultivate a state of calm readiness, empowering you to navigate the unpredictable journey of life more effectively. So, how might you start practicing this Stoic exercise today? What challenges can you foresee, and how can you mentally prepare to face them with resilience and clarity? By pondering these questions, you take an essential step in fostering a mindset that is not only ready to face adversity, but also open to the lessons it brings. Have you ever pondered how deeply our lives are intertwined with the lives of others around us? This question is pivotal to understanding the Stoic concept of interconnectedness, a perspective that profoundly enriches our sense of presence in the world. The Stoics believed that recognizing our interconnectedness with others and with the universe itself is crucial to living a meaningful and intentional life. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most esteemed Stoic philosophers, offers insight into this view. He wrote extensively about the universe as a single living organism, with all individual parts contributing to a greater whole. Aurelius encouraged us to see ourselves as integral components of this vast, interconnected system, reminding us that our actions ripple out, affecting others and the world around us. This perspective invites us to live more consciously, not just as solitary beings, but as participants in a larger community. Consider for a moment how this notion of interconnectedness plays out in everyday life. Take, for example, the context of teamwork. When we collaborate on a project, each person's contributions, strengths, and weaknesses form a tapestry that shapes the outcome. Recognizing our interconnected roles can lead to more cohesive teamwork, as each member understands the importance of their input and how it complements that of others. This understanding fosters a sense of unity and purpose, enhancing not only individual presence but the collective presence and efficacy of the team. Similarly, look at community efforts where individuals come together to achieve goals that benefit the common good, be it organizing a local event, volunteering for charitable causes, or advocating for social change. These collective endeavors highlight how our interconnectedness amplifies our impact, creating a force greater than the sum of its parts. By actively engaging in our communities, we embody the Stoic principle that we live not just for ourselves but as part of a larger human family. Recognizing our interconnectedness doesn't only change how we act but also how we feel. In moments of solitude, understanding that we are part of a vast web of life can bring comfort and significance, reminding us that we are never truly alone. This awareness encourages us to cultivate empathy and compassion, seeing others' struggles and triumphs as reflections and extensions of our own. So, how can we carry this Stoic wisdom into our daily lives? Start by reflecting on your connections, both with people directly around you and with the broader community. How do your choices and actions affect others? In conversations, practice truly listening, appreciating how each interaction is a shared experience. In your professional life, look for ways to support your colleagues, recognizing that their success is intertwined with your own. And in your community, consider how you can contribute, whether through volunteering, supporting local initiatives, or simply being present and engaged. As you reflect on these connections, remember that the Stoic philosophy of interconnectedness is a call to live harmoniously with others. It reminds us that our presence is more than maintaining individual awareness. It's about acknowledging and nurturing the bonds that tie us together. By embracing our place within this grand tapestry, we not only find deeper meaning and fulfillment in our lives, but also contribute to the well-being of those around us, creating a world where each thread is appreciated and valued for its unique role. So ask yourself, in what ways are you connected to the world around you, and how can you strengthen these bonds to live more fully and presently? Reflecting on these questions can guide you toward a life enriched by the wisdom of interconnectedness. Have you ever found yourself resisting change or holding onto a vision of how things should be, only to end up feeling exhausted and disillusioned? This common struggle raises an important question. What if the key to true freedom lies not in fighting against the inevitable but in embracing it with open arms? The Stoics, with their profound insights into human nature, believe that acceptance is essential to achieving genuine freedom and peace of mind. Acceptance, in its truest form, is about acknowledging reality as it is without judgment or resistance. It means understanding that while we cannot always dictate what happens to us, we have the power to choose how we respond. This shift from resistance to acceptance liberates us from unnecessary distress and the futile energy spent on trying to control the uncontrollable. Epictetus, the esteemed Stoic philosopher, captured this notion perfectly with his teaching. Seek not the things which happen as you wish, but wish the things which happen to be as they are, and you will have a tranquil flow of life. His words highlight a cornerstone of Stoic wisdom, the idea that by aligning our desires with reality, we free ourselves from the turmoil of unmet expectations and disappointment. Consider the example of personal limitations. We all encounter constraints, whether physical, emotional, or circumstantial. An athlete might face an injury that bars them from competing, or an aspiring artist might struggle with creative blocks. Resisting these limitations often leads to frustration and a sense of inadequacy. However, by accepting these constraints, individuals can explore new paths. The athlete might focus on rehabilitation or coaching, while the artist may find inspiration in new mediums or collaborations. Acceptance doesn't mean resignation. Rather, it opens doors to alternative opportunities and growth. Another everyday scenario can illustrate this principle. Think about the weather. How often do we complain about the rain disrupting our plans or the heat making us uncomfortable? These are elements entirely outside our control. By accepting the weather as it is, we can shift our focus to how we choose to experience it, perhaps enjoying a cozy day indoors or finding solace in the warmth. Reflect for a moment on areas in your own life where resistance is creating tension. Are there personal or professional situations where acceptance might lead to greater freedom? Perhaps it's a difficult relationship, a career setback, or a lifestyle change. By identifying these areas, you can begin to practice acceptance, allowing yourself to release the mental burdens that resistance imposes. To cultivate acceptance, start by acknowledging your current reality. Use mindfulness practices such as meditation or journaling to explore your thoughts and feelings without judgment. Recognize what you can control, your responses, decisions, and attitudes, and let go of the rest. Embrace the idea that life is a series of changing conditions, each offering its own lessons and opportunities. Acceptance, as the Stoics teach us, is not about passivity or giving up. It's about finding strength in adaptability and resilience, allowing life's natural flow to guide us rather than resisting it. By embracing acceptance, we unlock the door to a profound sense of freedom, one where peace and clarity reign, unburdened by the constraints of unmet expectations. As you ponder this Stoic wisdom, ask yourself, what would it mean to accept your current reality fully? How might this acceptance free you from the chains of resistance? By exploring these questions, you take the first steps toward a more liberated and serene existence, aligned with the timeless teachings of the Stoics. Living with intention is not just a recommendation, it's a vital practice that shapes the quality and direction of our lives. Intentionality means living with purpose, making conscious decisions that reflect our values and aspirations. For the Stoics, this concept was central to achieving a life of virtue and fulfillment. Intentional living aligns every choice with the principles we hold dear, ensuring that our actions consistently reflect our innermost convictions. Seneca, one of Stoicism's most revered thinkers, often emphasized the importance of deliberate actions. He believed that a life haphazardly lived without reflection or purpose is wasted. In his letters, he advises, "Let all your efforts be directed to something, let it keep that end in view." This insight reminds us that by setting clear intentions, we create a roadmap for our lives, one that guides us through daily choices and challenges. Setting intentions aligns perfectly with Stoic principles, as it embodies the practice of living according to virtue. By identifying what matters most to us, whether it's courage, justice, wisdom, or moderation, we can frame our intentions around these core values. This not only brings clarity to our actions, but also infuses each moment with meaning and direction. Consider the practical application of intentional living through goal setting. Suppose one of your core values is personal growth. A corresponding intention might involve setting a goal to read a certain number of books or engage in regular learning activities, ensuring each choice you make supports this broader aim. This alignment between value and action fosters a sense of coherence and satisfaction, as every step taken feels purposeful and aligned with your authentic self. Another example might be prioritizing health and well-being. If this is a key value, your intentions could include dedicated time for exercise, mindfulness practices, or a balanced diet. By consciously choosing to uphold these intentions, you affirm your commitment to living in line with your values, experiencing both immediate and long-term benefits. To live intentionally means more than just setting broad life goals. It also involves daily decisions that reflect our larger aspirations. Picture starting each day by setting a small intention, such as practicing gratitude, being fully present in conversations, or seeking opportunities for kindness. These intentions may seem minor, yet they accumulate, shaping our habits and ultimately our character. As you watch this, I invite you to pause and consider your own intentions. What are the values that guide your life? How can you incorporate them into your daily routine to ensure your actions are consistent with your deepest beliefs? Taking a few moments each morning or at the start of each week to reflect on these questions can transform your approach to living, anchoring you in the present and aligning your actions with your purpose. Intentional living, guided by Stoic philosophy, is about more than maintaining a busy schedule or achieving external success. It's about leading a life with depth and meaning, where each decision is made with awareness and aligns with your core values. By doing so, you cultivate a life that not only fulfills your goals but also resonates with the timeless wisdom of the Stoics. So, as we conclude this exploration of intentionality, reflect on how you can weave these principles into the fabric of your life. What intentions will you set for today or this week, and how will they guide you towards a more purposeful and authentic existence? By embracing intentional living, you empower yourself to not just navigate, but truly engage with the journey of life, enriched by clarity, purpose, and meaningful action. What truly defines a good life? Is it the accumulation of wealth, popularity, and material possessions? Or is there something deeper that contributes to our sense of fulfillment and purpose? For the Stoics, the measure of a good life is not defined by external achievements, but by living in accordance with virtues. Virtue, in Stoic philosophy, is the highest good, the guiding principle that leads to a life of harmony, resilience, and inner peace. Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor renowned for his Stoic wisdom, articulated this beautifully. He asserted, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Therefore, guard accordingly, and take care that you entertain no notions unsuitable to virtue and reasonable nature." This quote invites us to consider that true contentment arises not from external circumstances, but from the virtues we cultivate within ourselves. In the Stoic tradition, the cardinal virtues are wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. These virtues serve as a compass guiding individuals toward ethical and meaningful lives. Wisdom involves discerning what is truly valuable, making considered decisions, and learning from experiences. Courage empowers us to face challenges with bravery, embrace change, and confront our fears. Justice calls for fairness, integrity, and respect for others, while temperance encourages moderation and self-control in the pursuit of balance. To illustrate how virtues define a good life, consider the choice of honesty over personal gain. Imagine facing a situation where deceit could lead to financial advantage or personal acclaim. A Stoic would weigh the decision against the virtue of honesty, choosing truthfulness even if it meant foregoing material benefits. This choice, though potentially costly in the short term, aligns with living virtuously and leads to a long-term sense of self-respect and peace. Similarly, think of a scenario where temperance plays a crucial role. In an age of excess, practicing moderation in consumption, be it food, social media, or shopping, reflects the Stoic virtue of temperance. By exercising restraint, we avoid the pitfalls of overindulgence, nurturing a life that prioritizes well-being and sustainability over fleeting pleasures. As you ponder these examples, consider how the Stoic virtues resonate with your personal values. What virtues do you hold most dear, and how do they influence your decisions and interactions? Reflecting on these questions can reveal insights into what constitutes a good life for you, one grounded in principles that transcend material success. The wisdom of the Stoics encourages us to redefine success, moving away from society's focus on external achievements and toward an inner metric of virtue. By prioritizing virtues over material gains, we cultivate a life of authenticity and resilience, where true fulfillment stems from aligning actions with our deepest values. Now, I invite you to engage with this Stoic perspective in your own life. Identify the virtues that you admire and aspire to embody. How do these virtues manifest in your daily choices, and are there areas where you might strengthen your commitment to them? By embracing this reflective practice, you can align your life more closely with the Stoic ideal of living virtuously, leading to a more rewarding and principled existence. In conclusion, the Stoic measure of a good life challenges us to elevate our standards from external successes to the internal cultivation of virtues. By doing so, we not only honor the timeless wisdom of the Stoics, but also pave the way for a life rich in purpose and integrity, guided by virtues that are as relevant today as they were in ancient times. Wisdom in Stoic philosophy is not merely an accumulation of knowledge or intellectual achievement. It's a profound guiding principle that shapes how we live and perceive the world. At its core, wisdom is about making informed and rational choices that align with the realities of our present lives. It steers us away from impulsive reactions and towards thoughtful responses, fostering a sense of balance and clarity that enhances our existence. As we delve into the essence of wisdom, let's consider the words of Seneca, the renowned Stoic philosopher, who eloquently stated, "No man was ever wise by chance." This quotation highlights that wisdom is not something we stumble upon. Rather, it is cultivated through deliberate effort, reflection, and the continuous pursuit of understanding. Seneca's insight invites us to actively engage with the process of learning, applying our knowledge to enhance our present-focused living. Wisdom empowers us to navigate the complexities of life with grace and purpose. It involves not only knowing what is good, but also understanding how to use that knowledge to enhance our day-to-day experiences. By fostering wisdom, we develop the ability to discern the best course of action, make sound decisions, and live with integrity and authenticity. Consider, for instance, the process of seeking knowledge to guide our daily decisions. Suppose you're faced with a significant life choice, such as changing careers or making a major financial investment. A wise approach involves research, seeking advice from knowledgeable people, and reflecting on how this decision aligns with your long-term goals and values. This process demonstrates wisdom in action, where decisions are based on a comprehensive understanding of the situation rather than on fleeting desires or external pressures. Wisdom also plays a crucial role in how we manage our relationships. Navigating interpersonal dynamics often requires us to exercise patience, empathy, and thoughtful communication. A wise individual might take the time to understand differing perspectives, choosing to respond with compassion and clarity, even in challenging situations. This approach not only resolves conflicts more effectively but also strengthens connections, fostering a more harmonious and supportive environment. Incorporating wisdom into daily life is a journey, and like any journey, it begins with a single step. Start by cultivating a mindset that values continuous learning. Engage with diverse perspectives, whether through reading, listening, or dialogue, to broaden your understanding and challenge your assumptions. Reflect on your experiences, both successes and failures, as each carries valuable lessons that contribute to your growing wisdom. Another practical way to nurture wisdom is through mindfulness and introspection. Set aside time each day to contemplate your actions, thoughts, and decisions. Ask yourself, are my choices informed by a deep understanding? How might I apply the knowledge I've gained to improve my present decisions? This practice not only sharpens your decision-making skills but also aligns your actions with your authentic self. As we reflect on the role of wisdom in our lives, we recognize that it is the compass guiding us through life's journey. By pursuing wisdom actively, we cultivate a present-focused life, rich with purpose and clarity. So, I encourage you to embrace this Stoic principle, seeking wisdom in all areas of your life. Let it lead you towards a more intentional and fulfilling existence, where each decision is a step towards greater understanding and peace. In the grand tapestry of Stoic teachings, wisdom is the thread that weaves through every aspect, illuminating the path to a life well lived. By adopting this guiding light, we not only enrich our own lives but also contribute positively to the world around us. What role does character play in shaping the course of our lives? This question invites us to explore the profound impact that character development has not just on our personal journeys, but also on our interactions with the world around us. For the Stoics, character isn't simply a personal trait. It's the bedrock on which a life of purpose, presence, and peace is built. Stoicism teaches that character is deeply intertwined with one's moral and ethical compass, acting as a guide through life's myriad challenges. Victor Hugo once noted, "People do not lack strength, they lack will." In Stoic philosophy, character embodies this will. It's the source of inner strength that keeps us steadfast and resilient, especially when facing adversity. Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor and one of history's great Stoic philosophers, often reflected on the importance of character. He believed that character strength is cultivated through deliberate practice and self-examination. Aurelius wrote extensively about the need to live in accordance with one's values, emphasizing that true peace of mind comes when actions align with principles. His meditations remind us that character development is a journey of constant growth, where each decision and action contributes to our moral core. Consider, for instance, the concept of acting with integrity, even in challenging situations. Imagine a scenario at work where you're pressured to take a shortcut that compromises your values. It might promise immediate gains, but at the cost of your integrity. A person of strong character would resist this temptation, opting instead for honesty and ethical behavior, even if it requires extra effort or sacrifice. By adhering to their principles, they not only reinforce their moral foundation, but also earn the trust and respect of peers. Another example of character in action is the willingness to admit mistakes and take responsibility. In a world that often prioritizes appearances and success, owning up to errors can be daunting. However, this act of humility and accountability reflects a mature character, one that values truth over ego. It sets a precedent for growth and learning, transforming setbacks into lessons. As we delve into character development, it's important to consider our personal goals in this area. Ask yourself, what virtues do I want to cultivate? How do I wish to be remembered by those around me? Reflect on the times when you acted in alignment with your character and the times you fell short. What did you learn from those experiences, and how can they guide future actions? character development is not about achieving perfection. It's about striving towards becoming the best version of ourselves. Like a sculptor chiseling away at marble, each choice we make refines our character, revealing the person we aspire to be. By committing to this ongoing process, we not only enrich our own lives but also create a ripple effect, inspiring others to value character as the cornerstone of a meaningful existence. In conclusion, embracing Stoic principles in building character offers a path to a life imbued with integrity, resilience, and peace. It's about making choices that align with our deepest values, even when faced with difficulties, knowing that these choices are the building blocks of a life well lived. As you reflect on your character goals, consider how you can embody the strength and wisdom of the Stoics, crafting a legacy defined not by material accomplishments, but by the quality of character you cultivate each day. As we draw this exploration of Stoic philosophy to a close, let's take a moment to reflect on the key ideas we've journeyed through together. At the heart of Stoicism lies the art of living in the present moment, a practice that invites us to fully engage with the world around us without being ensnared by distractions or future anxieties. This present-focused living is not just a momentary exercise but a lifelong commitment to embracing life as it unfolds. Throughout our discussion, we've seen how the Stoics emphasize mindfulness as a cornerstone of this practice. Mindfulness encourages us to pay attention to our thoughts and experiences with clarity and purpose, allowing us to navigate life's complexities with greater ease and intention. By fostering mindfulness, we create a space for reflection and insight, cultivating a deeper understanding of ourselves and our interactions with the world. We've also delved into the power of focusing on what we can control, a pivotal Stoic principle that teaches us to direct our energies towards our thoughts, actions, and reactions, rather than external events beyond our influence. This shift in focus not only alleviates unnecessary stress, but also empowers us to live more purposefully, aligned with our values and goals. Furthermore, we explored the transformative nature of gratitude, a practice that channels our attention towards appreciating the present and acknowledging the abundance in our lives. Gratitude aligns us with a mindset that celebrates what we have, rather than lamenting what we lack, fostering a sense of peace and contentment that grounds us in each moment. To encapsulate these ideas, let us reflect on the wisdom of Epictetus, who succinctly advised, "The key is to keep company only with people who uplift you, whose presence calls forth your best." This quote reminds us that the environments we choose and the practices we embrace significantly influence our ability to live in the present. By surrounding ourselves with positive influences and committing to Stoic principles, we nurture our capacity for mindfulness, control, and gratitude. As you contemplate these Stoic teachings, I invite you to consider how you can integrate them into your daily life. What small changes can you make to become more present? Perhaps it's dedicating time each day for mindful reflection, focusing your efforts on what you can control, or beginning a gratitude journal that captures the beauty of everyday moments. In the spirit of community and shared learning, I encourage you to share your experiences with Stoic practices in the comments below. How have these philosophies impacted your life? What new insights have you gained? Your thoughts and reflections not only enrich your own journey, but also inspire and support others seeking to live more mindfully. Finally, if you found this exploration valuable, please consider subscribing for more insights into Stoic philosophy and how these timeless principles can enhance modern living. Together, let's continue to uncover the wisdom of the Stoics and transform our lives one present moment at a time.